Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's talk about some of the case studies about phytoremediation. First of all, let's talk about algae based systems. So algae, as we discussed in our previous lessons, has not only been used to treat wastewater, but a major use of algae these days is the production of biofuel, basically bioethanol, and it is being done worldwide. However, there are certain constraints and hurdles to achieve maximum results in this process. And the ideal thing is that if the two processes could be coupled together, that is, the algae oxidize the effluents and the wastewater and other such contaminants present in the wastewater, and in doing so it produces the bioethanol as well. So there are different designs and strategies which are being suggested. One of them was suggested by NASA, which came up with the idea of huge plastic osmotic containers filled with sewage, and those could float at sea, in which algae could grow. And the membrane they used was semi-permeable membrane, which allowed the forward osmosis. It is different as compared to reverse osmosis. So they called it Omega, offshore membrane enclosures for growing algae. Additional internal fresh water could escape from this body. However, the seawater could not enter in these bodies. So there was no exchange of water as such. Moreover, the nature of the material also allows for the necessary gas exchange. The temperature control was there due to the natural buffering action of the seawater's specific heat capacity. Moreover, due to the wave action of the seawater, the mixing of the components was there as well. So very brilliant idea put forward by NASA, in which the system could be almost self-sustainable. This system also promises sustainable wastewater treatment, fertilizer production and carbon sequestration. So basically हमने पहले भी बात की थी, जितना ज़्यादा स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड और एफिशिएंट सिस्टम डिज़ाइन होगा, उतने ज़्यादा एफिशिएंट रिजल्ट्स हमें अचीव होंगे. Another example is from Nepal, sustainable engineered phytoremediation. This project was operated by United Nations Human Settlements Program, the Environment and Public Health Organization, and the Nepal municipality. So what they did was, it was basically a community-based project in which they designed a wetland which was constructed by them, and it was constructed to deal with the waste generated by a certain community. It was designed to return the water to a river, and these are the dimensions of the plant. It was composed of 6 reed beds, and attached with this plant was 2 biogas reactors, which were producing biogas by the combustion of the effluents and the waste which was being introduced. And this biogas was then being used by the nearby population. So you can see here, very efficient system, and very we would like to design such a system in which we can get much more output, and in which much less byproduct is there. The sludge solids produced were also used as agricultural fertilizer. Again, you can see here, whenever you want to treat some effluent or wastewater, whether by conventional methods or by phytoremediation, whether the phytoremediation is being done on land or whether it is aquatic based system, the ideal strategy is that the input should be low, but the output should be as maximum as possible, and there should be nothing that can be wasted. You can see here, they are even generating biogas, and then they are even using the sludge as agriculture fertilizer. So very efficient strategy. These were a few case studies of phytoremediation. I will see you in next lessons.